everybody, it's Yoko back with another video. Thank you guys for joining me again. Today we have something special. I'm getting back into doing my author spotlights. This is where subscribers send in their novels and their books that they want me to read here on my channel and review. Today is featuring the book The Bounty Hunters by REESE. This is the book. Sorry guys, you can see the glare from my ring light. Let me tell you a little bit about REESE and Sheana. Hey you guys, it's Yoko in the future editing this video. I just wanted to say that I was saying this lady's name so wrong and I'm so sorry. It is not Sheana, it's definitely Kalina. I have no idea why I kept saying it like that, but I do say it throughout the whole video. My apologies. Yeah. Bye. The person that reached out to me, Sheana reached out to me through email, and she prints books for federal prison inmates, their books, their screenplays, and things like that. And she got in contact with me, and she wanted me to read this book by REESE. Before we get into it, if you are not subscribed to my channel, what are you guys doing? Subscribe to my channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and we're this close to getting there. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget to hit that little bell button to get notifications anytime I upload. If you want to be featured on my channel in the author spotlight, all you have to do is email me at SheanaTheReader@yahoo.com. It will always be somewhere here on the screen. And also, if you don't want to send me any books or anything like that, you just want to send me other things, my P.O. box is right here and it's always down in the description as well. With that being said, let's get into the book. So this book is about a woman named Carmen who's in federal prison, and she wants revenge on all the snitch ass niggas that got her in the pen. Period. 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 So Carmen is of course upset because she's in prison and she was a drug trafficker kingpin and she got caught up because some guy snitched on her. So she recruits her sister. I think her name is Sandra, something like that. REESE, I'm so sorry for butchering your characters' names. I'm not sure of how to pronounce it, but I'll try my best. So she gets her sister and she asks her, you need to find somebody to help you execute these guys that snitched on me, because there's no way I'm gonna be up in here and they're just walking around freely in the world. So her sister recruits these guys called the Bounty Hunters. Now the Bounty Hunters are like these infamous guys from around the way. Nobody really knows how they look, but the name Bounty Hunters like rings bells in, I think it's Richmond, California, but Carmen is in prison in Tampa, Florida, I believe. Sandra recruits them, and they consist of Terrence, Tyrese, and Aaron. Tyrese is like the leader of the group, and Sandra kind of falls for him a little bit, but we're going to get into that in a minute. Not only does Sandra recruit the guys, she also wants to be a part of the Bounty Hunters. In this part, I was kind of like, like the guys kind of like openly, was like, okay girl, like you want to be down, you could be down, and I'm just like, if this was real, I don't feel like they would have welcomed her so easily into their clique. Like she could have hired them, but they would have been like, nah girl, like we don't really know you like that, you can't be down. But they let her come to the group because they figured like, we need a little female or whatever to, execute these murders, and sometimes you need a little woman's touch. So they use her as, like the bait, because the guys in this book, like some of the men in this book were very, very stupid, and they just think with their penis. Like everything, like a lot of their demise was because they thought with their penis. So they use Sandra as bait, like to lure the guys in. And of course, they think this pretty girl, like she can't hurt me and stuff like that. And like she's a killer. She just becomes a killer, like kind of overnight. I don't know like her backstory. I wish REESE would have gave a little more backstory on her and why was she so comfortable like automatically killing people. Like I understand like these guys snitched on your sister, but I mean the way they went about the executions, and like she had no remorse, they had no remorse, and it was like, girl, like do you have some pent up like animosity to these people besides your sister? Like it was just so easy for her and them to murder people, because like the murders were ruthless. Let me tell you, Terrence and Aaron and Tyrese are like ruthless murderers. Like this one guy, They like cut his penis off and like stuffed it in his mouth. They freaking roast snitch all over him. The other murder, they killed this girl, I think, or this lady, and they stuffed something in her coochie. And I was like, whoa, like, do you guys need a hug? Like, these are some brutal executions. Not only like are you shooting people, you know, like the regular execution, you shoot somebody in the head, you shoot them in the chest. Like, no, they were like cutting off fingers, they were pulling nails off, like they was wilding. And I'm like, damn, like, is it like that? Like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
So like a little bit of Carmen's prison dynamic. She was one of those people in jail that could get whatever she wanted in jail because, you know, she had rank. A lot of people knew her from the streets and stuff like that. So she would make things happen. And some of the stuff I was like, oh my God, how is she able to do these things in prison? You know, it was like she had a group of friends and she was getting her and her friends like special meal orders and, you know, kind of like conjugal visits without it being conjugal. So I was like, yo, sis really got a lot of pull. She had a cell phone and everything. That's how, like, when her sister didn't come to visit her, she was talking to her on the phone. You know how prison is. Like, they be getting shit up in there. They pull off all these murders for Carmen, and then somehow this man named Matt gets wind of the bounty hunters because he heard about them. He doesn't want them to kill like street dudes, you know, drug dealers and enemies and stuff like that. He wants them to kill police officers and lawyers and judges and chiefs and captains and things like that. One thing about this book I can say, it definitely is centered around a lot of things that's happening today in America. This black young boy was killed by this police officer in the book, and Mac recruits them to kill him. He's a white officer, and they go about it and they execute the guy, and like they did it so swiftly, so effortlessly, like people in the hood was getting wind of it. There was this one part in the book that kind of cracked me up a little bit because Sandra was telling Tyrese how loving and nurturing he is because he takes care of his younger sister who is 17 years old. And in my head, I'm like, this may be true. He may be loving and caring, but like the nigga is a psychopath. Like all you guys are fucking crazy. Like to commit murders like that, like consistent murders, like something is not clicking. Like you're a few fries short of a Happy Meal. Like the stairs don't go all the way to the attic. Like something's wrong with you guys, okay? So yeah, you could be loving and nurturing, but you're a fucking stone cold killer. Like literally. It's this magazine in the book called The Streets Are Talking. It doesn't have the author's name on it. It doesn't have the publisher's name on it. It just happens to appear in front of barbershops and grocery stores and places like that. It shows the executions of the bounty hunters. So people know like these are not people you want to fuck with, but they are helping Black people and Latino people get justice because the police and the government are corrupt. They're getting street justice, you could say. As time goes on, like, it's just all these murders happening because Mac keeps giving them new assignments and new targets. And of course, the police start getting wind of it, the Richmond police in California. And they start connecting the dots because the bounty hunters start leaving like clues. And this is the part where I was like, oh my God, like, why are y'all doing that? Like, I know y'all want people to know, but then like it's too many clues that are leading to you guys. So when they would execute like a cop or anybody, they would write BH on the person's body, or they would write snitch. Now snitch, it could have been anybody, but the BH, like they started putting two and two together, and it's like, why are y'all doing that? And then also I forgot which officer or which person had got a copy of the Streets Are Talking magazine, and it showed the murders in it, like the person's head cut off, or the person shot up, or the person's penis in his mouth. Like it was very brutal photographs that were floating around the neighborhood. So that pissed the police person, I forgot who it was, it pissed that person off. Like, oh my God, like you guys are ruthless, you're senseless, you don't care. But the bounty hunters are looking at it as like, this is street justice. You guys are not going to take care of these people, so we're going to take care of these people. It's not a problem. For the right price, we gonna do it. One thing I liked about this story, it was a very solid storyline, and it's something like I think people will really be interested in because, like I said, it's like centered around things that are happening nowadays with the police not looking out for us. We're not getting any justice, and sometimes we have to take things into our own hands. We don't have time to wait on the police. We don't have time to wait on the government. We got to do what we got to do. The magazine, The Streets Are Talking, starts circulating to other cities other than Richmond, and that's another reason why the police was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, where's this magazine coming from? how are they getting these pictures? I personally think the Streets Are Talking is published by somebody that works for the police force, okay? Because how are they getting these pictures? How are they um um able to publish this magazine without putting anybody's name on it? How are they able to distribute this magazine not only to their home city but other cities around America? It's an inside job. It's a conspiracy. One of my favorite parts of the book is when the bounty hunters make a broadcast, like on some, what you call them motherfuckers that wear the, like on some Al Qaeda type shit, okay? They sent out a video of them with this person that they're about to execute. Their faces are all covered. They got fucking rifles and machine guns and machetes and all type of shit. And they're broadcasting to the nation. These are bad moves because like you're putting light on yourselves. You're putting yourselves out there to people that would have not known anything about you guys. But it was just like, wow. This is crazy. This is crazy. They was loosey goosey to be like this assassin group, like, you know, these hitmen or hitwomen, if you want to say that. The bounty hunters are freaking terrorizing the nation, so they bring in a special terrorism unit. And Reese, I have to applaud you, and also I'm a little scared of you because the way that you wrote these executions out, I'm like, that's not gonna work. And then when you wrote it and it like really like happened, I was like, damn, that was a good ass plan. Like how y'all got the dude in the room and you got nobody to come up there. It was just like crazy. Like I was like, whoa, like this could maybe happen. Like, wow, Reese. Towards the end of the book, like things really got deep. Like they got caught up with the police, of course. Like I knew it was coming. All the killings that were happening and all of the media press they were getting, they knew one of the bounty hunters' faces, but the other three they did not know, and it just was started spinning out of control a little bit. It got spicy. Like they had this big shootout with the police, and it was like crazy. And for a minute, I was like, somebody not gonna make it. And of course, a couple of people didn't or whatever. But it was just so good. The storyline was so good in this book, and the way that Reese wrote certain things, I was like, wow, this is really good. Now, some things I did not like about this book was that it was a little repetitive. Just the way that the characters kind of repeated themselves. This is just little things. Also, like the crew's dynamic seemed a little fake to me. Just like I said, them adding Sandra in so quickly, and then also I didn't know a lot of background about Terrence and Aaron. You got some background about Tyrese and stuff like that, which was good, but I wish Reese would have like got in depth into them a little bit. There is a second book to this series that I don't have, so maybe Reese did get into the background of Aaron and Terrence in that book, but in this book they really didn't, and I wish they did because I wanted to know a little more about them, but who knows, it might be in the next book. Also, it was just a couple of other things that just weren't realistic. Like one part, they put out like this wanted dead posters of the guys that they were looking for, and I was just like, what hood, well not hood, but what assassin group puts out wanted dead posters? Like, I don't know, it seemed like we were in the Wild Wild West and it was like wanted dead alive, like $100,000, and it was like, it was a little like, this would not happen nowadays. You know, nobody's putting no wanted like that. That's gonna cause too much attention, not only from people in the neighborhood but from the police. So I was just like, I don't know about that part. I don't want to give too much of the book away because sometimes I feel like I overly tell you guys the books, and this book I really want y'all to read if y'all can get your hands on it. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. Like I said, it was a page turner, and I was really interested in it because I really wanted to know what was going to happen with the characters. Like, where they going to live, like where they going to get caught, was the FBI like on their tail, who else? It was some other people. It was like the Homeland Security. They became like a nation threat. Like they were on the most wanted list, and like people were fearing them for real because it was so many murders that were happening. But it wasn't happening to like, besides the snitch guys like from the drug game, it wasn't happening to like civilians. It was like murders to, like I said, big officials, officers, lawyers, judges, like people like that, people that were in high ranks in government and stuff like that, and they were pulling this shit off, okay? And I was like rooting for them.
I'm rooting for everybody black.
Like, yo, do that shit, kill that motherfucker. Like But no, like, I really enjoyed the book. I want to read more. I want to read Bounty Hunters too, because I need to know what happened, like, for real, for real. So I want to thank REESE and Sheana for sending me this book and letting me review this book on my channel. Like, I really appreciate it, like, from the bottom of my heart, you guys, because yeah, I don't gotta do that. So you guys, this is the book Bounty Hunters. If you guys can get your hands on it, I really hope you can. I will have REESE's and Sheana's information down in the description box if you're interested in the book. Alright, you guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really goes a long way. Guys, I'm getting these book reviews out. I want to do more author spotlights. I want to do more regular book reviews of books I'm just reading casually. There'll be more vlogs and other unboxing videos, of course. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. With that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.